Welcome to my laboratory of the land of fucks not given. It is 10 in the morning and I have been drinking. I would like to talk, nay, ramble about the meaningless of life and or the impossibility of understanding it if there was a meaning at all. Um, well, I guess I'll start by saying that I have seen the void and its connection to myself. And I have been studying this absence of anything, this pure absence of nothing less than a vacuum. This is the experience of death. I've carried back with me a connection to this void that I study on occasion as I ramble to myself in these lonely nights of being fucking weird. But you know what? I like me. I love me. But you know what I like to say is, why do we replicate? Why do living things, organisms, replicate? Okay, we do it to keep our species from becoming extinct. But if you look back to way the fuck back, you notice that we all are made of the same fucking stuff. Really, cells are made of water and proteins and shit like that. And they replicate themselves and they adapt in order to sustain themselves. Now, a few species of organisms. Now, I don't want to say species because of the technicalities behind that word, but the groups of organisms that I am referring to, that I'm not going to list, but for one, jellyfish, I have found curious because they have something known as biological immortality. Now, this allows them to asexually reproduce. This, I believe, is superior to sexual. Don't get me wrong, I love sex. I am priapus, but fucking I believe that asexual reproduction is superior because we don't they don't have to mix their DNA with something that's not similar with them in order to properly replicate, to reproduce. But fucking for some reason we seem to have adapted, perhaps for a lack of resources or something, or perhaps a malfunction in nature. We've created sexes, male, male and female. And if they're two alike, then they will not be able to make the chromosomes right, and you end up with errors or nothing at all. But they must still be of the same genetic patterns, species, actually, is what I'm referring to. Species in this case, because you cannot have two species breed and have something that can replicate. For instance, a mule. A mule cannot reproduce. A mule is a cross between a donkey and a horse. This is odd, but I'm getting off track. Um, Before I lose my train of thought of rambling aimlessly, um, why why did we create gender if asexual reproduction was possible? It, it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all. It seems like it can only be caused by an error, chaos, something above the laws of nature itself, altering nature in a way that it needs to survive somehow in some strange harmony of chaos and order. I guess perhaps it's in a sort of synonymous with there is no shadows unless there is light. Where there is light, there is shadow. Where there is good, there is evil. Where there is chaos, there is order. Where there is heads, there is tails. Everything exists as one, but why why do we live? Why do we collect and alter polymers and particles, creating cellular masses and the functions they need to live, like respiration, taking in air and blowing out the and absorbing the oxygen into our bloodstream and giving off carbon dioxide. It transmutes it, but that's also not on point. Basically, uh, um, no, not basically. Basically, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's 10 in the morning. I haven't slept all night, and I'm losing my fucking mind. Um, that was a nasty burp. Goodbye.